Hi everybody, it's Tim Derling. This is an album in review on Tim's Vinyl Confessions, where I take a classic album and talk about it for a few minutes. This time I'm going back to 1992 for this album, Joe Satriani's The Extremist. This would have been his, I guess, fourth full-length album, I think. Yeah, fourth full-length album. And so this is the first album since 1989's Flying in a Blue Dream. And of course, as you know, between 1989 and 1992, music had changed significantly. And even though Joe Satriani was never part of, the hair metal, pop metal scene that got pretty much decimated by grunge, he was still making melodic music with virtuosity, and that was very frowned upon in the grunge era. You didn't dare look like you had any proficiency with your instrument. I'm generalizing, okay? I know some of those bands were really good players, but not by much. Anyway, but he thrived, and there's a few reasons for that. This is the first time he worked with the late Andy Johns. He's got a fantastic drum sound on this album, particularly on the opener, Friends, which is one of my favorite Satriani tracks ever. It's kind of what it sounds like. It's friendly, puts you in a good mood, but the drums are just massive. It's got that John Bonham feel, which is probably why anybody ever wanted to work with Andy Johns, because he worked with Zeppelin. But anyway, what else is on here? War is a really powerful track. I think maybe it might have been Joe's salute to Jimi Hendrix's Machine Gun, which is also an anti-war song, but it's really, really good. He had an unexpected hit. That's another one of the reasons why this album came out and did well at a time when other bands and artists from the 80s were struggling. But he had Summer Song, which maybe the title doesn't do anything for you, but if you grew up in the 90s, especially if you watched a lot of TV, the melody will. It was used in a commercial for the Sony Discman. I think I'm right about that. And it helped propel the sales of this album. And it's a good album, really good. If you haven't listened to it for a while, I think it's one of Joe's stronger albums, like very, very memorable songs from start to finish. And as I said before, really, really good production. So Joe Satriani, The Extremist. It's today's an album in review on Tim's Vinyl Confessions. Give it a spin.